There are things going on that you would not believe.
Your brain and what it can do is a gift. See how far it can take you.
You're not kids. Not here.
Welcome everyone back to the channel. We are on the finale of The Institute. Thank Christ. I'm the host of the channel, Nadia, and today we're going to be discussing the finale of season 1, and it was greenlit for season 2. But before we get into it, please do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share out the stream to your fellow friends. And with all of that out of the way, let me get everybody in here. We'll be back for season 2, right?
Hello. Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Let's just say I'm lighting this cigar as a celebratory gesture for the end of this fucking thing.
I'd be lighting something else if it wasn't illegal on YouTube.
That's not my
What's
thing.
going on, guys? I feel like it's been forever since we've hung out.
Has been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And we were so determined to finish this. I almost was like, you know what? We'll just end with 7. We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about the finale of it. Rachel, how are you doing?
I am doing well. My background has changed. I'm in Maine for a wedding. Yay! I'm doing really happy. We went out to eat. We talked with the locals. It was super fun. Oh, it was fantastic. I love New England. Everyone should live in New England. Just saying.
No. But all right, Corey.
Yeah, hard pass. Too cold.
Yes, too cold. Corey, how are you?
I'm doing great.
No.
Done with
No.
work for the day and get to hang out with you all for a while. So I'm doing great.
Yeah, I like the fact of just hanging out with you guys, even though we have to talk about this bad show. Is why I've continued this. Sin, how are
Really? You
got back
just a
from Canada?
little bit? You can't stand us a little bit more?
Unfortunately, no. Sin, how was DragonCon?
It was very busy. Very, very busy, but a lot of fun. Yep. Exciting.
It looks like a
stuff
lot of
going
fun.
on. Yeah, it is. And the only reason I'm there is for work, but I like to, go to other panels that interest me when I have the time. So, yeah. Glad to be back, though, because it's, get off my normal routine, and that kind of throws me for a loop for a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Florida in 2 weeks, so that's gonna throw me off for a week.
Yep.
Yeah. Toxic, how are you? Being toxic.
Hey, how are
as
you
ever?
guys? How are ya?
You're looking
Good.
pretty
How are
flamboyant
you?
with that suit.
Very
Yeah,
pastel-y.
that's a Northern English Bastard had me on his Miami Vice series finale stream, and that's the avatar I made, and I didn't bother changing it because I'm keeping it for my best films of 1985 stream I'll be doing on Saturday. So I just figured I would keep it
It's fitting.
80s rific if
Very
I
nice.
can.
I will admit,
I
thought it was
like
Barbie.
Rachel's avatar. She just popped up there.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
that's right. That's the one you did, right?
It is. It is. And I love it so much. Thank you so
Looks
much,
cool.
Kyle.
Kyle Tate, how are you doing?
What?
Like Andrew Tate smoking cigars? Okay, it's a bad
Oh,
joke,
okay.
but that's all I could think of right now.
The
didn't
first
make
thing
the
that came to
connection
mind
either.
was, am I bald? Am I balding here? Was my wig? How's my wig doing?
Wait, is that an actual wig?
It's
No.
his AI wig.
Oh, right. Kyle, I know you're very excited to get this over with. Probably the most excited out of all of us.
Let's just say I couldn't go on with this without having a drink as well.
Look how big that glass is.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Corey. Hi, Zach. Sorry about yesterday. Hi, Rachel, Reign of Horror, Peepers, Deleted. What's up, guys?
Deleted.
I think that's everybody. Cool. Yeah.
Hey,
Yesterday-
Deleted is now going by his name.
He is?
Oh, Steven.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. See, he's going to always be deleted to me. It's going to be too weird. I won't be able to make that mental gear shift to call him by his name. He's just deleted now.
Hey, he's not deleted.
No, I don't mean it like that, and you know that.
Well, this is an example of what happens when you have the new verbiage that YouTube uses, and then it just like melds into different meanings, and it's just okay. So let's look at the original, meanings for things. Okay, yeah. Look at my nitpicking bullshit.
$9.99.
Nice.
Just wanted to say, hey, have a great show and evening. Cheers. Thank you for the $9.99. Let's see. We haven't played one in a while.
Que hables, maldito, de lo contrario te arrojaré al fuego.
A la verga me vale verga, perro. Y cállate a la verga, hija de su puta madre.
That's got to be one of my
I'm
favorites.
still here. I can't believe it.
Oh, right.
Spanish is the best.
I completely forgot.
Wait, it'll happen at the end of the stream probably. And then backstage I'll be blank again. So weird.
I forgot that if you stream or you're new to it and you're monetized, you have memberships, you get to give out like 10 memberships per month. And this is my first stream of September. It took me a second there. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give out those 10 memberships right now.
I got to figure out how to do that.
All you have to do is you go to the YouTube side, and when you go to like actually gift and you just click membership gifting, it should say you have 10 memberships left for the month to do so.
So what's the criteria? How are you going to do it? How are you going to dole them out?
It just randomly.
I think
the
system
randomized.
Yeah.
So it might not even be people on the stream, right? This instant is just people that are subscribed to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So it's Joseph, Jake, Indy. My husband got one. Manny's Manic Media, Terrence, Dooley's got him, Enzo, Our Life in Horror, and DJ Play Nice. So those were the 10 that got him. Yeah.
So is it all random?
Yeah, it's random. Normally you'll get a free membership if you are in the chatting in their streams, like you're active on their channel, and then usually it'll hit. So, yeah.
I'd want to, give them an incentive. Hey, you gotta do this, on the live stream, in order I'm gonna dole this out for you.
Unfortunately, it's random, but I always like to do it the first stream I do for the month, so that they have it, so they can,
it
have
could be
every
both.
whole month.
You have a lottery, and then you have, a random one, and then you, etc.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Very.
I got what you're saying. Zach says this series didn't need to be tarot. The story had potential. Ben Barnes is good. Why did it have to suck? But we're gonna get into it.
I was like, don't show your cards yet. Let's wait until.
I thought you were gonna say something else, man. But...
Well, there's a lot of things you probably shouldn't show on a live stream, but I was just talking about your cards, about telling how you felt about it.
It's a bonus notification too, by the way, because it'll notify the people that get them. Sorry, Corey, didn't mean to.
No, you're good. You're good.
It'll email them saying, "Hey, you got a membership to this," and it'll have them tune in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So, welcome to Horror with Nads. Instead of the Institute episode 8, we're discussing how to stream and do YouTube.
This is much more entertaining, I think.
And for my membership,
it's an avoidance tactic.
You get membership watch parties. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. Moving forward on Thursdays, while I wait in gaps between shows, we'll do members only streams and stuff. Or you get to watch me get scared.
Oh my God. So there's like probably a shit ton of movies you and I haven't seen together. I mean, there's Rocky, there's Rambo, which is called First Blood.
Weapon.
There's Lethal Weapons. I know. I can't believe I haven't seen them either. And then I sat down and thought about it. And I was like,
you haven't seen any of them?
What?
No,
I've seen Lethal Weapon. I think it was 4.
My.
One at Christmas.
No, I'm pretty sure I haven't seen Lethal Weapon. Yeah.
Oh, you for sure need to watch
the first one kind of takes place at Christmas too.
Yeah.
This one's they're much older. They're not young. They have families established and stuff.
Well, Danny Glover's character has family established already in the first one.
It's not the first one. It's one of them. I don't know which one, but his daughter's much older in this one.
Okay.
Like she's part of the plot.
Mm.
That's what I remember from it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was 4.
Yeah.
Do you
So
want to
last
add
night I was-
Die Hard, Gladiator, Dark Knight to that list?
I've seen Die Hard.
Seen
I've
Die
seen
Hard,
Gladiator, which, by
seen
the way,
Gladiator,
Gladiator's
yeah.
overrated. And I've seen Dark Knight. I've
Let
actually
me
I've
guess.
seen Dark Knight,
You
yeah,
think
yeah.
Gladiator 2 is better?
No,
No, I
I
doubt
never
it.
watched that. What's that? Did
So-
not need to be made.
I don't
Agreed.
think
Good.
Gladiator is a bad movie. I've never seen Gladiator 2. I have no desire. I don't think Gladiator is a bad movie. It's very well done, really
Yeah.
well put together story.
Yeah.
I think it was overhyped for me.
Maybe it's the same way that you feel about that as I do about Sinners. So
Why would
I
you
don't
say
think
that
it's
with
a bad
Toxic
film.
on?
So
I feel that way about Everything Everywhere All at Once. I feel like that was a huge
Okay.
bandwagon film.
Okay.
yeah,
And
and
I
you know
liked
what?
it, but I
Sometimes
didn't
this
think it
whole
was
thing
super
can
fantastic.
people can interpret that as you just being contrarian because it got popular. But no, I mean, when a movie comes out and it's a big cultural moment, Dark Knight was one of them. It's undeniable. You know, there's some movies that are just undeniable that they're great and they deserve their esteem that they receive.
Yeah, and I can admit that for
I'm also-
Gladiator. 100% I can admit
Yeah.
that that's a Gladiator. But just for my personal taste and preference, a little overhyped, in my opinion, just how it was towards me. Same
Can you
thing
give
with,
me an
I don't like-
example before we get into this just lovely show, underrated show? What is an example of Gladiator, a moment that you think is like not as
She
Great,
probably just means the
etc.
entire package.
Yeah, the entire package. There's not really again, I think it's a very well done movie. I think it's very well acted, very well directed. Cinematography is beautiful. It's just something about
Score.
Scores.
Like,
I was just saying,
as a score. I think if people didn't overhype it for me, I would maybe have appreciated it more.
What
that makes
about
sense.
Russell Crowe's performance?
Great. I thought it was great. But I just it's not a movie I would reach for again. I'm glad I saw it. It's done. I will say
Maybe
the
I'm-
opposite. I saw The Crow and I thought that sucked. So
Well, the original with
Yeah.
Brandon.
Brandon Lee.
I was going to say
Brandon
Brandon
Lee.
Ralph. So what? What? No, wrong one.
Let's see, both of those I saw in the theater, and that was both before internet. I mean, all the social media and everything, so there wasn't a whole lot of hype other than what you hyped yourself up about seeing the trailer on a commercial or something. So,
Yeah.
And I know those are two. that
I've
I
never
really
understood
enjoyed.
the big, huge the boner people have for Gladiator. I actually prefer the 1992 underground boxing version with James Marshall. and
That's a
Cuba
good one.
I prefer that Gladiator to the 2000. I mean, it's
Cuba-
okay, but it's just
Cuba
like
Goody Jr.'s in that one. And-
yeah.
Sax. The Crow to me is just a hot topic edgelord's wet dream. I'm sorry. The comic's
The
great.
reason
I
why
have
the Crow
I
doesn't
have the
work for
comic.
you.
It's great.
The reason
but
why the Crow
yeah.
doesn't work for you, Nadia, is because it was a real like mid 90s cultural thing that you had to be like 17, and like we'd never seen anything. They had nothing like that up to that point. That kind of like comic book, like violence and just neo-noir stuff, and like there was literally nothing in 1994. There was nothing like that. Plus it was the big thing of Brandon Lee being such an up and coming star that everybody had seen in a couple of halfway decent action flicks, and he was unalived before he had a chance to actually and the big controversy regarding that. Also there was a Bruce Lee movie that came out that same year that Brandon died.
Yep.
And basically just foreshadowed what was going to happen. So it was like a huge cultural phenomenon. But I mean, I still like The Crow as much as I ever did, as far as that goes.
I
But-
like the
What you
comic
did?
book. I like the comic book. I think the comic book is really well done. The movie, again, same thing, overhyped for me, and I was like, "This is just, I don't know." Boring.
Well, I have a
you-
clip I have a clip down below, Nadia, that might just explain everything for
Okay.
you.
I'll bring it up in a second. Nadia, you didn't like Gladiator, but did you like 300? Another movie that's overrated. Another movie that's
Yikes.
overrated, in my
Yikes.
opinion.
Yikes.
Again,
I've never seen
not
it.
bad, not bad. It's definitely
okay.
not my
It's very
favorite.
Well, who just said that?
It's Zack Snyder, right? I think
Yeah.
Yes.
Zack Snyder.
It's
Yeah.
Zack Snyder and all his Zack Snyder glory.
my favorite Zack Snyder film will always be Watchmen. That will always be my favorite
Watchmen's
Zack Snyder
great.
film.
Yeah, Watchmen is so great.
300 is just like, it's okay. It's like, it's fun to have friends around and beers and like watch the movie. kind of deal. Like, it's not something I would reach for.
Who
What is
just
it?
said
More
they didn't
secret
say
I
never
feel I
see
have to share
300?
with you. I did not care
What, Rachel? Sorry.
No, Corey raised. Yeah.
for The Godfather.
What?
Did not care for The Godfather.
How can you even say that,
Didn't like it.
Peter, it's like the perfect movie.
This is what everyone always says. Whenever they say, "Oh,
Robert De Niro, Al Pacino.
That's more for Kyle.
It insists upon itself, Lois. It insists upon
You know what
itself.
my movie is that everyone was all like, because I still haven't seen it, and I still probably won't because it gave me too much hype and blah 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 blah. Silver Linings Playbook.
Oh yeah,
Haven't
that's
seen it. Don't want to see
unimpressive.
it. Never want to see it. Thank
Great
you.
movie.
I just
Yeah, I
Great
was not impressed. I
Whoa,
didn't
whoa,
like
whoa.
the two characters at all.
Whoa. Whoa.
There
I've
was too much
decided-
yelling. I wanted to smack them both.
You should try
I've decided-
Honora.
Oh, I love
no,
Nora.
I have no.
Honora,
interest in
you thought
watching
Silver
Honora.
Linings Playbook, that amazing film. I love that film. Honora is a fucking piece of shit. Okay.
Yeah, I
That
have
is-
you did
zero
not
desire
like
to
Nora.
watch
Okay.
that movie.
Yeah. So you there's a
I
contrast
laughed my
there.
butt off. Okay. See, I laughed my butt off with Nora.
Those characters
I've
are
never seen either of
stupid,
these movies.
obnoxious. They can't stop.
Yeah. Honora is
Just-
so overrated.
They set a record for the amount of fucks, like F words, in a movie beyond
really?
even Scorsese films, because he had set the records before that. But
Nora?
it becomes very obvious as you're
Oh,
watching it
I
how
watched this.
just
I didn't finish
oversaturated.
it.
The
I didn't
trailer
finish it.
was like a.
I
complete
don't
flop.
blame you.
watched it?
Yeah.
I don't know how it won an Oscar. I have no idea.
It has
how they-
degraded officially. I constantly say when I get a chance, that movie, because it won Best Picture at the Oscars, degraded the quality and legitimacy
Of
of the
Oscars.
Oscars.
Well, that
Yeah.
has kind of been a thing for a while, though, Kyle.
Yeah.
Oh, but this
Yeah.
one just like jumped the
More
shark.
notch,
It nuked
yeah.
the fridge.
Yeah.
Are you trying
That's-
to say? Are
yeah.
you trying to belittle the fact that Mikey Madison had the absolute honor to thank all of sex workers in the OF?
Oh,
and
gosh, that was
prostitution
so
community?
cringe.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
so
You know what it
cringe.
reminds me of? It reminds me of the modern day Showgirls. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that's true.
And I could not get into it. I could not finish it. It was not my cup of tea, not my thing. I've never really watched war movies, so I just don't like them. It's not that I don't like them. I just don't like the realism of depicted. However, I've decided to go down that rabbit hole, and my first one's going to be Full Metal Jacket.
Good call.
I've
Good
never seen
call.
it.
You should also add 1917 to that list.
Yes,
No.
I,
1917.
That
thank you,
is
Sin.
a-
I literally was going to say 1917.
I am still
Okay.
very salty that Parasite won instead of 1917.
Really?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, okay.
Overrated.
Yes.
Okay.
Because Parasite
yeah,
felt like another bandwagon film.
I
I would,
agree with you there. Because didn't Parasite also win Best International
It
that
won
year?
like all the things.
Mhm.
Yes,
it was one of
should have
those,
won
you
Best
know-
but
Picture if it won Best International.
That's what you call double
I liked
dipping.
Parasite. I thought it was okay, but I don't see it like an Oscar-winning movie. I don't know. Like, it's good. It's good. I would recommend it for others
I
to
don't
see
see
it.
Everything
but-
Everywhere is an Oscar-worthy
Mm.
movie either, but that one was
But-
another
Na-
one. That
Nadia,
won
I would
all the
throw
things. Hey,
Hacksaw-
sorry.
Gentlemen,
Hacksaw
we're
Ridge?
20 minutes in. We're not
Hacksaw
talking
Ridge.
about the
Okay.
institute.
I know we definitely are. Yeah, this is a delaying tactic. Our man from the future is here.
It's okay.
I love it. Hi,
It's okay.
Sashi.
We'll get to it in a second. Yeah, I will take recommendations for any type of war movies. I know I have to watch also Band of Brothers. I think that was another one. That
Oh,
was
it's very good.
recommended to
That's
me.
a
Okay.
That's a mini
series.
series.
That's
Yeah.
a series,
Seriously.
though. Yeah.
I've not
I've never
seen
seen
this,
Saving
but
Private Ryan.
yeah,
That's
I was-
another one.
Oh, that's a good.
David
one.
Private
Yeah, I've
Ryan
heard.
was the other one. Yep.
Yeah. Apocalypse
Warfare.
Now.
Warfare.
Warfare.
That's
Okay.
If you
You're
want
not
to get
gonna like Warfare. Don't tell her to watch that. She's not gonna
well,
like that.
Warfare is not. It doesn't feel like your typical war movie, Nadia. Like there's pretty much no score, and it's pretty brutal. But it's just about
Okay.
this firefight that happened in Iraq in the mid 00s, and it's very well done. It's in my top 10 so far this year. But it's not for everyone. It's only about 90 minutes long, but it feels so much longer because of how,
Alex
I felt
Garland,
when I
right?
was- Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Mine.
I don't know. I'll
mine,
see. Maybe
mine,
he can make
mine.
up for Civil War.
Rachel,
I
you're
feel like
like
it
a-
was better than Civil War. What is it, Rachel?
Okay.
I want to hear.
Rachel,
Ooh,
did
ooh,
you
me,
have you
pick
seen
me, pick me.
Rescuers Down Under? Do you remember the lizard creature that you just did that?
Mike. I want to hear it.
Yeah, me.
Okay, what's yours?
The Hurt Locker by
Catherine
Catherine Bigelow. Absolutely wonderful.
Now that film, so I have I've been told personally, directly, that there are a lot of errors in that film, but it still
They're
doesn't. Okay, so they.
I mean, I've been hearing that for years. It's literally the only people I've heard that say that are people who had a different experience, like they went to Afghanistan or they didn't do that kind of job. That's the most accurate Iraq war film I've ever seen. There's nothing more accurate than that.
Which one did you say? I missed the title. Sorry.
Hurt Locker.
Hurt Locker, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Japan's Longest Day. Okay, I'm going to add that to the list too.
The Covenant?
The Covenant, okay.
The Covenant.
That's a
Covenant is
brutal. Love
I don't even know what
Covenant.
that is.
I think because
That's
these
not
are
even
real...
a typical war movie either. That's kind of like a rescue survival type film. Very, very good. Jake Gyllenhaal and
okay, so recent.
what's his name? Dar Salim, is that his name?
I gotta look it up.
Loved his performance in there. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Corey, tell me what year
So
it is when
good.
you look it up, please.
2023.
I think because these are real life, like this is based off real life horrors, I can basically do watch parties on my channel for it. For them.
I'll buy that.
There you go.
Why not? They're
Well,
real
this
life
bonus
horrors, right?
discussion is awesome. Shall we nix the institution and continue on with this?
First off, grab one for $2.
You don't want to get started on what
Rachel,
I have
I need
have
your
not
assistance.
Let's hear it, Rachel.
Your assistance.
Yeah, here we go.
I have had a bit of rum in me tonight, so excuse me. But,
That's why she's so
I almost forgot my.
like.
So you're going to be even more like that character from Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah, boyfriend sitting in the back. He doesn't know about the little jingle, so
Okay.
I'll look at the camera this time. Ah. They promised us. I know. I literally almost forgot the words. Okay. They promised us the magic, but it all feels fake. They promised us the magic, but it all feels fake. We're going to cancel Disney Plus for fuck's sake.
Yay! I'm gonna have to clip one of them so that every time Graph Web does that, I'm just
It's true. Yeah, you have to clip that one. Well, don't clip that one. I got sharp for just a second there, and then I laughed. That was a bad one.
Your wife's asking, Kyle. How do you say series finale?
So she she made fun of me after we got done watching the episode 8, and when I said finale, she and also and also when I say miracle, she has a problem with the way that I say miracle too. She's like, marigold.
Are you sure you're from the Midwest? Are you sure? Like, are you born bred Midwest?
Yeah, north of Chicago.
Okay, so what about the word?
She just because I pronounce it finale and not finale.
I pronounce it finale too.
Yeah,
Finale.
and I pull up the pronunciation options on a YouTube video that show you variances of regions or countries. So the American, version of pronunciation is finale. Okay, great. Then the British variant is finale. Somewhere along the way, I adopted into my pronunciation and vernacular finale. Probably, and it probably was a variance in growing up too, because you would hear, on TV promos for whatever show, the season finale. Yeah, season finale, blah, blah, blah. Just,
I don't speak English, so I don't know how to say stuff properly.
Anyway,
what I said.
yeah. She suddenly started this crusade to dog on me, as Box Office Brawler would say. I'm now adopting that saying. Dog, I'm not dogging it. Love you, man. But yeah,
a wife.
if this were a word that came up in an audiobook that I was proofing, I would mark it for incorrect pronunciation for the region.
Which word?
Finale.
Finale.
Even though
Finale.
I often say finale as well, but it's finale.
Finale.
In the U.S.
Doesn't matter.
U.S.
We're in the
dialect
season
is
finale.
of
It's
this
optional.
show.
Is my point.
I know
Ducks are
we
completely
do that a lot. We interchange, like we'll often pronounce words the way they do in England. You know,
I
with our
have-
American dialect.
Yes, and I have a bigger problem when people put letters into words that don't exist. So
like
the biggest
a U
one,
or something.
well, the
Like
biggest
favorite?
egregious word that people mispronounce and also put letters in is mischievous. It's mischievous. It's not mischievous.
Yes.
Okay?
Mischievous.
It's mischievous.
Nadia,
but
it's all Nadia.
First.
Nadia,
mischievous
it's
sounds so
hold on, Sin.
haughty.
Hold on, Nadia. It's not escape. It's escape.
It's escape.
No,
it's escape.
no.
It is escape.
No.
She's wrong on that
It's
one.
not.
But it is mischievous. She's right.
No,
it's mischievous.
it's mischievous.
It's mischievous. Look
it
it
is
up,
not
dude.
No,
mischievous.
it is not. It's not.
Yes,
actually.
no.
Okay, you're
it
adding
is
a letter.
mischievous. Trust me, I have marked this word
Nadia,
so
you're
many
fine.
times.
Say
No,
mischievous as much as you want. You're
it
fine.
might sound better,
I am
and I
keeping my
think it
mouth
does,
shut. My schooling was in Florida.
but it is
but-
mischievous.
Nadia,
It's mischievous.
okay.
Listen, can we just all agree-
Sin and I actually we work with words and you know manuscripts and scripts, etc. We'll speak from authority for just one moment.
Oh,
Yes.
well, while you're speaking
No.
from authority, I am the only published author here. So I will say mischievous. Well, I can't
Well,
say
you can say
mischievous.
it all you want, but it is still incorrect.
No, it's not. Can we just
You don't
all
hear me
agree-
correcting you
Wait a
about
minute.
things regarding the military.
Hold on.
All right. Well,
But
touche.
in movies and TV shows, they
Touche.
pronounce it
Touche.
mischievous. So is everybody
People
saying
mispronounce
it,
it a lot. People mispronounce it a lot. I used to do it myself.
wrong?
I
Maybe
think
you
that- I
guys
don't
are the
know that that's-
1%
No, no, it
100%.
seriously, it is mischievous. It is not mischievous.
Okay, but can we? All right, let's agree with. It isn't a more egregious thing when people use words and they use them incorrectly in a sentence, like the wrong definition of words, and
Oh, sure.
that's the
Happens a
more
lot.
egregious thing, and just pronunciation isn't that big of a deal.
What's
I don't hear that as
um,
often though. People more often than I've noticed
Yeah,
they
spelling is
mispronounce
awful.
things or they add the letter into it.
More often than
weird.
I hear on a regular basis, people will say words, and I'm just like, you don't even know what that word means, and you're just throwing it around.
Yeah.
Like
Would you
have
say
no-
I have
That
a
would
pla-
bother me too. It's got to be a regional thing because I honestly
30
don't
minutes later?
see that as
Thank
often.
No,
what's the,
Corey,
what's the
what were
word
you trying
that
to say,
you-
Corey?
I was thinking of the Three Amigos. Would you say I have a plethora of? I don't know. If nobody's seen the movie, you're
Or
not going to know what I'm
plethora?
talking.
I have.
No,
I've
it's
never
just-
heard plethora.
No. It's the
I was
using the word and not knowing the definition.
Plethora.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
anyway,
How many
like
people
saw
have
the
left the
movie.
stream now? How many of the audience are gone?
we're gaining
Is there
numbers.
are there two
No,
people
we're
here?
gaining numbers.
We're
Actually,
gaining numbers.
We're talking about this show.
We haven't even started.
We're at 12.
It's not to. It's. I said.
Who knew?
I'm about to Christian this, right? Christian it.
Christen.
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 I said
Christen.
Christian.
Christen.
And Kristen's like, no, you're not bringing them to Jesus. Like, you're like
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
I know. It's fun, whatever it is.
yeah. I say words that don't make sense all the time. I have my own language, so it doesn't matter. All right, we're 30 minutes in. Let's get this going. We
It's
are now
escape,
at
not escape.
Escape.
That's true.
Episode
She did it.
8, Fight. So our characters are coming together for the finale confrontation with an unimaginable consequences. Did I say that right? Consequences?
You said consequences.
Christ.
Consequences.
Rick's here.
I was gonna ask if you did the finale
You
thing,
know,
right?
now that you mentioned how you are with the English language, I do notice it more now, and it's kind of
Not even
funny.
I do. I like watch any of my streams. I can't pronounce people's names. I can't pronounce words.
You do a lot of people.
do-
You do a
I
lot
do
better than
that.
people I know that grew up here their whole life. So I wouldn't.
'cause
I never would have noticed.
I grew up in not a traditional English speaking house. It was broken English between my grandmother and my dad. So so what I'm used to is broken English from the south side of Chicago. So
This explains
Yeah.
so much.
yeah, so like my English is kind of like broken Arabic English. So all
That's
right,
funny.
let's get
All
to
right.
this. Okay. So episode 8, the setup for it. Man, initial thoughts on this. This was a horse shit of a finale. finale. Whatever the fuck you say. It was a horse shit of a finale. Thoughts? It's open season on it. Okay,
I'm saying that either one is acceptable.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah,
it's shit.
finale.
I'll say this. I would rather wait in line again for an hour and a half to get Jim Butcher's signature for that book for your husband.
Pay you even more. I'm going to pay you even more. Just keep drilling
than to have to rewatch this show again or another episode.
I'll say the acting or the lack thereof shined the hardest in this
Agree.
episode.
Yep, it was
I felt out of all of them.
Very clownish.
I don't know how many of the Stephen King adaptations.
One episode.
I don't know how many of the Stephen King adaptations you guys have seen, and some have been really, really bad. And this really stunk of some of the really bad ones, like the Langoliers and
Tommy Knockers.
Tommy Knockers is a great example of how they just really. It's so watered down and blocking is just so bad. I can't believe they greenlit a second season off of this. I am baffled.
The MGM probably went, hey, we've got this much money left in the budget.
Petrified.
They had a budget for this?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying what MGM probably went like, okay, let's look at our 2026 lineup. Oh, we still have this much money left over. Well, why don't we just greenlit this for a season 2?
I mean, it feels like they're just it's gonna turn into the show creators just writing a whole new story because there's not much more. There's not, because this is not what happened with the book.
No.
This end of this episode is kind of a poor telling of the ending of the book. Like the book is
really
done after
poor
this.
telling.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I did create those. I did create those slides that I promised for the major differences in the book, but we can get to that whenever you see fit.
Okay, perfect.
Rick, this train is going to continue on, my friend. Season 2 of the Institute has been announced. He's like, wait, a second season of what?
Yeah, right, Rick. I hear you, buddy.
This
is like Rick. The Dome. Under the Dome, they turned that. They completely changed that show, and then it ran, I think, for like 3 seasons. I
really enjoyed the first season of that, but I don't think I finished.
Yeah, it went so off the rails compared to the book.
The only TV show modern one-off, I like The Outsider. I think The Outsider was adapted.
Yes, The Outsider was very very good.
I like that.
The Outsider was very good.
Was the Stand not supposed to be good?
The Paramount Stand is horrible. Like the
Oh, it's
original
so
is
bad.
not
Is that-
bad.
The
Like,
original's not
one-
bad. It just suffers from being in the 90s, and it's just it had limitations. But at least it was.
They're redoing it again. They're redoing the
Are
Stand
they fucking
again.
really?
Yeah. Yep.
Jesus.
This will be what, the third time?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And to be honest, I think it would be better as an adult animation, in my opinion. Like, just animate it. You could do a lot more with it with the mythical like theology that's part of it and the virus and all that stuff. Instead of having to have big sets and CGI and green screen, just adult animation is a big thing now. It's not a taboo as it used to be for adults to watch animation, so might as well utilize.
I think it's time for them to just kind of admit that there's only a couple of directors that can pull off Stephen King. So unless your name is Mick Garris or Mike Flanagan or Frank Darabont, I don't think. Well, okay, let me say Rob Reiner didn't Rob Reiner do Dolores Claiborne?
I think so. I think you're right.
Okay.
And he did Stand By Me. So there's like 3 or 4 directors that can have successfully pulled off Stephen King, and it ain't these guys. So
I think it's also a constriction because this book could have been split into 2 seasons. Easily, you could have split it into 2 seasons and written better, paced out better, maybe even be a little bit more mature, like the book is. But they decided not. So we open at Wendy's house. Tim and Luke are pressing Sigsbee for answers. She admits that the children are being tortured to prepare them for the impending Armageddon. A chilling payoff that reframes the Institute purpose, which I don't think we got enough of that. To me, I didn't care. I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. Bring the Armageddon along. Like, there's no emotional stake in this series for me. They refuse to believe her, prepare to involve the FBI, and Avery connects telepathically, forcing them to detour towards the Institute itself. With no backup. It's the craziest thing. All right. Thank you guys for your commentary.
Maybe he doesn't know who to
things.
maybe he doesn't know who to trust at this point, because you just, that opening scene, was it the end of the last one where he shot the
sheriff?
With one of the deputy or whatever. But...
Oh yeah, the other deputy. Yeah. That came in that shot the sheriff. And stuff. Yeah.
I shot the sheriff.
He really didn't have anybody to go to get back up from. Really, at that
well,
point.
It's like you said, Nadia. It's they're telling us instead of showing us. There's no urgency in this supposed world-ending keyhole disaster that they say that they're trying to prevent. Whereas if you juxtapose it against, I never saw the TV series version of it, but I did see obviously the movie that Christopher Walken. What is it called?
The Dead Zone.
Dead Zone. Thank you. The movie shows us one of his visions when he shakes Martin Sheen's hand for the first time and has a vision of him destroying the world. So he goes on this kind of crusade, and we know at this point that Johnny is psychic and a precog, so he knows that this thing will come to pass if he doesn't in some kind of way stop it. So you have that kind of ticking clock. Whereas this, it's just basically Sigsbee just telling us it at a dinner table. Like it has no weight to it, like you say. Mm-hmm. So I mean, who cares?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I mean, bring on the Armageddon. Interesting comment. The book was Doc says the book was a commentary on institutes, especially those that outlived their purpose. The show instead was a depiction of the trolley car problem. What is the trolley car problem?
The trolley problem is
if you save one person. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the trolley problem is a philosophical. I think I might have said this on another stream. So it's like the idea is you have control of a switch car on a train, and there's two tracks. One of them has 4 people, one of them has 1 person. Which one do you derail? The one that's going after the 4 or after the 1? And then they make it more complicated by saying, well, the 1 is going to one day become a doctor and save lives, and 3 of the 4 are all convicted criminals, and 1 of them is a transient. So now which one do you do? So it's that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one, and we can save lives by burning and torturing and murdering these children. So then it's totally justified. So when you start to do that, you can basically justify any action. So it's just like, would you unalive Hitler as a baby if you could go back in time? Yes, I would. Okay, right. Would you unalive his mother? Yes, I would. Would you unalive his entire, bloodline?
Bloodline.
So and then after a while, it just becomes whatever you can justify, because you believe that you're doing it for the greater good.
What if you did the trolley cart where it went like a circle and you got all 5, like a video game? Where
that's funny that you say that, because that's actually a TikTok that is very popular where they do the trolley cart problem with it.
Yeah.
This guy has a kid and she takes the 1 person and puts it with the other 4 and then makes the thing go towards all 5.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm the one that says leave Newt behind. So
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is interesting. It's interesting.
My boyfriend when he was watching the TV show with me. Sorry, it was the exact point that I told my boyfriend I was watching the TV show with me. I was like, they give the example about the person who's going to become senator and then becomes crazy and yada, yada, yada. And then, I was like, their point of all of this is that they're going to execute him instead of just going to when the actual problem happens and fixing the problem then. If the person becomes crazy, mentally unstable, why don't you reach them before they become mentally unstable as opposed to just eliminating them entirely?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would make
that's an interesting point. Well, from what you said, Toxic, about going back, if you had the opportunity, you would kill baby Hitler. That would mean that you would side with Sigsbee and company?
Oh, I was just saying that that's one of the philosophical questions that's been posed. I didn't say that I would personally do it.
But isn't that on the same track as what the Institute is doing?
Yes, I believe
trolley
that
car
it is.
problem.
Yes, it's a trolley car problem, just in a different way. I mean, you can do a bunch of variations on it. It's like, would you wipe out an entire, I mean, basically it's the philosophical discussion of the end of World War II, to put it in practical terms, where you don't have to actually have it, you can look at an actual practical use of it. So basically the powers that be decided, we will wipe out these two cities, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, in order to stop us from having to waste battalions and battalions of Marines, because the Japanese said, listen, we don't care that you beat the Italians and the Germans. We're going to fight to the last man. We're going to do kamikaze samurai shit, and we're just going to, burn you down. So by that rationale, they were like, okay, cool. Well, we're going to nuke one of your cities. And just so you get the point, we're going to nuke two because we brought two bombs. So, I mean, we're not going to not use them.
Would you guys continue the Institute's work, or would you save the children?
I would save the children.
Save the children, obviously.
I mean, I would have.
You're a good
I think
person.
I established in a previous stream, you don't need to harm the children. You just need to get the information from the precogs and stuff like that. And you don't have to, there's so many other options. We have like, the biggest military in the world. They could send drone strikes. They don't have to murder and kill these children and their families in order to accomplish this. They just want to do it because who cares anyways? People who think like that, they just don't care about, the kids' lives. They are meaningless.
Well, I was going to say, if they're willing to do all that to children and their families, I don't think they would have any problem with sending hit squads instead, like mercenaries to go kill these people that they feel are a threat. Like I don't think that would be a big moral issue for them.
Like an assassination,
it's not a moral,
right?
I'm with Megan on this. Those children suck, so no saving.
Yeah. I mean, Megan brought into it, so it became serious for a moment of like, these children are, at risk and they're being murdered, etc. But when you look at from a jocular perspective of how these characters of the children characters come off, and Avery being this unemotional, just terrible actor, it's like you don't care if he dies. You want him to die. Luke is with his face. Just
sorry, Corey, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Finish.
Oh, you didn't interrupt. No, not at all.
Sorry. Corey's
Thank
like,
you
I'm
for
never
being my
friend.
friend. I really liked having friends. Oh, I so loved enjoying having friends.
Rachel, I can tell the rum is hate.
For a second, for a second, I thought, wait, is that you, Rachel, talking, or are you doing an impression?
Well, that brings
She's doing Aster.
So,
I mean, I'm drinking bourbon. You got rum. I mean,
I feel it, but I'm not going to open it.
The reason why the Institute and in a lesser degree the shop from Lawnmower Man and Firestarter, the reason they do that is because it's clean. They can keep their hand. They don't need to send hit squads or soldiers or even drones. They don't need to do any of that stuff because they can do it. They're doing it in secret, basically, because how can you fight invisible mind control from far away? I mean, who cares that it burns out the kids, but they're able to use it and keep their hands clean, so they don't have to send soldiers. I mean, because you can send soldiers in and presumably they can do a good job, but I mean, some stuff can be considered, they had to go into places where that would be considered an act of war and cause a bigger mess, and they might get in trouble. Plus they'd have to justify, like, wait, why did you go in and then snipe this guy? Well, we had a psychic person that told us that he was going to start World War III. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, then totally fine.
But if that's to keep their hands clean from that, they don't have any problem sending in hit squads to kill families and steal children. So how is that not keeping their hands? I mean, that's
I guess hands clean
as
far as getting in trouble for it, not as far as like.
I know, but like,
morally.
What's the difference with them sending a hit squad on somebody they think is going to be a threat in the future to sending a hit squad to kill a family and kidnap?
Because of the political ramifications.
You can cover up stuff like that. Who cares about this kid's parents in Podunk, Pittsburgh? Whereas if they're whacking out a Russian national overseas, like that could have itself some serious consequences. They could be in trouble for things like that. But I mean, if a certain Mossad agent that traffics in children, unalives himself in his cell. Who cares? We can just cover it up and get rid of the video evidence. You follow my logic there?
Yeah, but you can make things look like an accident.
It becomes more difficult the farther away from home you are.
Well, but like one of those was
Corey
in the
said
US,
that a
wasn't
little
it?
too straight. You can make things look like an accident.
No, I like this, Corey.
Yeah, I do too. Like, what's going on? It's our influence. That's the problem.
Did I ever say too much? No.
It's always the sweet, quiet ones, isn't it? When I streamed with him, I swear he was the nicest, sweetest guy.
It all was just an act. We knew it.
So, staying on topic, we have Avery's rebellion as well within the Institute. So, inside the facility, Stackhouse and Hendricks initiate a dangerous experiment. They order him to drive a car off a cliff, intend to break him. They literally and mentally, they don't. So, he starts the rebellion of the back half kids, able to communicate with Luke telepathically. I watched this episode twice. I cannot even remember their little rebellion part, to be honest.
Was
I
when
feel
they were
this
in
is
the room.
Yeah,
They all.
it is all meshed together. The story beats don't make sense of how much they go from Luke to Tim, back to Avery, back to Stackhouse, back to Sigsbee, but it doesn't flow very well. Like something's off about the editing choices here. Eventually the Psychic Surge destroys the tech powers and they destroy the building on top of it. They literally make it float up in the air.
But the most devastating thing occurs in this moment. They killed Tony, my favorite character.
I loved the way they killed Tony. I have to say, some of the deaths were really good. I loved the way that Tony was outed. I really enjoyed that.
I didn't.
I loved the
taser himself.
I didn't want him to go. I wanted him to give a couple of slaps to Luke. One more slap at least.
One more
to Luke.
slap.
Oh, but just think of all the season 2 Tonys that we're going to get. Like all the other Tonys from the other institutes where they're even eviler. Is that a word? No. Or
Feels
more
like
evil.
A 14-year-old group. No offense to 14-year-old.
More evil.
Also,
it makes sense for
kind
verbal vomit, in this moment. It makes sense for that.
I thought the body that they ripped apart, the other attendant, was pretty cool. And
In the recovery room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's pretty
that
gory.
was really cool.
That's where all your special effects makeup budget went to, apparently, with that prop. What a fucking show. Stackhouse, by the way, also nothing. Like, he walks around and then he falls into, like, he does nothing.
His acting was so clownish and cartoonish, and the other guy, the doctor guy, it all felt so clowny.
Those and the security guards too, all of them, just complete clownery.
Like,
yeah, when Stackhouse fell, they should have played the "I've fallen and I can't get up."
Well, and
it
then
doesn't make any sense for it. Why did he go back to his office? Why did he? There was no
so
sense
he could
of
die.
Yeah, I guess that's about it. That's about it.
But it made no sense.
Tim was not useful in this episode whatsoever. He disappears for most of it. After they the security guys capture him, he's gone for most of it until the ending when they're walking. I don't know why they would walk these two adults up and why not take care of them in the forest.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what I read. They had no reason to let them stay alive. None.
Yeah. So dump them out. Like
it made no sense.
Yeah, and then we don't even, when it gets to the switcheroo part where they turn the tables and now the security guards are now their hostages, right?
Yeah.
Where did they go?
Took the gun? Oh, the other security guards too.
Right. Where'd they go?
Yeah.
Well, I noticed that too.
What did Tim do with them?
He kept
they weren't paid for that.
He kept the handgun, but they left the shotguns. There was like 2 shotguns with them, and they just left them. Because I didn't see either him or the other lady,
Wendy.
I didn't see either one of them carrying one of the shotguns. And there was 2 shotguns there. I was like, if you don't know what you're going up against, wouldn't you grab everything you could grab to go up there? I mean, strong wind could, yeah.
That was just too quick.
No, that's a good one there.
What if one of these crappy kids became evil? Nick could have been evil. Yeah, they could have done something like that to it. Dark Corey, I like that.
There you go.
I don't feel there was any climax in this entire episode.
There isn't.
Yeah, it was unfinished. It felt extremely unfinished.
It just felt like just pieces. They're like, hey, we just got to conclude this really quick. 6B getting out. So she was in her office. The building fell apart, but yet she escaped with the USB drive.
The whole building was falling apart except for her office.
And she managed to get out.
Hit her office yet.
Yeah, that's one of my notes. That is one of my notes.
What?
They're in the same building. There are tremors and earthquakes occurring because of the telekinesis going on, the mega telekinesis. And 6B is in her office, and she's just my desk. Look at this thing. She's having a contemplative moment, but nothing is going on around her.
You know what would have been great for the ending when she got picked up by that guy in the truck? That he was part of like the institute. Like he was there to
finish her off. He was the cleaning crew.
Yeah.
Finish her off.
That would why not?
You.
Like it. I don't.
That would have been a better
Dr.
introduction to season 2.
What happened to Dr. Hendrickson?
Hendricks?
Where'd he go?
No, he ran off in the woods.
He did. He did run.
Left.
He ran off. Yeah, he did.
Right.
And he looks so clowny and cartoonish too.
When they were outside.
Let's watch this episode today.
Yeah, he never went back in. He never went back in. He took off. Because
smart.
they were on the bridge talking, and Zigsby.
Hopefully, he runs so far he's out of the show.
Car's around the corner.
Well, but she said, you idiot! Like he's gonna kill you. You realize that? And he's like, no, I'm too important. And then it kind of dawns on him.
Terrible.
No, I know, but then he ran off the other direction. And part 2, season 2, whatever.
No way, man! I'm out. I will do a lot to watch a show, and this. No, I'm good. Unless they somehow course correct or have better writers in the writer's room, there's no way a season 2, because season 2, they're on their own. They have no source to write from. Yep. They have like a blueprint, but the book is concluded.
Yeah, like what happened with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a Game of Thrones all over again. So they gassed the kids, but they were still able to pull the power together to... It doesn't make any sense. The voting poll for... Where are we at? Hold on, let's see. 62% says save the kids. 38% says save the world. Not these kids, folks. Not these kids. By the way, did everybody
to
forget
quote
about
Sam
George?
Rockwell from Galaxy Quest? Did you guys ever watch the show?
Did anybody remember George until he showed up again?
George
at the end?
Oh yeah, little kid, the Asian guy, Asian kid.
I was gonna say he only had like 2 spots. One where everything was going on. He's sitting at the table and just with all the candy and food or whatever. And then at the end, there was like, "Hey, we gotta go." I was like, he had a pretty small part in that episode.
Again, did you not feel the tremors? Did you not just see the building falling? He's just sitting in the cafeteria.
He was snacking.
Like, I guess I'll just wait right here.
And I can't remember Toxic, Rachel. You guys might be able to tell since you guys read the book recently. Was there other locations of the Institute? Is that noted in the book?
It's hinted at, but it's not as it's basically and that's one of the slides for the differences I put. So I don't know do you want me to get to that now, or do you want me to just talk about that one specific thing?
I didn't want to like spoil anything for Corey since he hasn't like completely.
Oh, that's okay.
Hey, what's up, Blaine? Who has a hot take on Jaws? Not gonna listen because I'm not seen it yet. Is it remotely as good as the book or even close? This is where you got me. I really dug it back when it came out. The book is good, but the show is crap.
It's a good book. It's a good book.
So you'll like it, Blaine. You'll like it.
Wait, what's his hot take on Jaws? He doesn't like it?
You don't like Jaws?
It's overrated, I think, is his.
Wow.
I recently watched that on the big screen for the first time ever. It's definitely not overrated.
I saw it in 4DX with
It's
Chris
not my
for the
favorite
first
movie
time,
ever,
too.
but I can still recognize it's made very well.
What was it like watching Shaw's monologue, his great monologue in that on the big screen? That must have been epic, huh?
Well, especially knowing he was drunk at the time made it really interesting.
It's made. By the way, I'm telling you,
30 minutes later.
Blaine, you would like this show, Blaine. Then Okay, let's hold up. We're gonna detour for a second. Let's pull up Blaine's Jaws review. Decent.
Okay,
Let's
come
play
on,
a game
Blaine.
called Trigger absolutely everyone. Wait for it. Jaws is bitch. Sharks are the lamest movie monsters. This film is slammed full of dumb people doing dumb things. A bunch of idiots tricked by a super genius, lifeless rubber shark that does a death roll like a freaking crocodile. It's slow, full of unlikable characters, and due to the dated effect, it can't hold up to its primary goal of being a horror thriller unless you're under the age of 10.
Okay, so I wouldn't say that it's slammed full of dumb people. There was one extremely dumb guy. Well, he wasn't dumb. He thought he was being smart. The leader of the town that kept making those really bad... The mayor, that guy. But he was a politician. What do you expect? So... I mean, I didn't feel... If I had any complaint about Jaws, it would just be that the final moments when they're going out hunting for the shark feels like it could have been trimmed by maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Because there's a whole lot of the barrels going here and there and them running up and down and doing this and that.
I felt that too when I watched it last time before I went on Box Office Brawler talking about it.
Yeah, that occurred to me when I was watching it, but that's a minor complaint. I still feel like for its time, it was extremely well done. And for Steven Spielberg's second full-length feature film, and he was not even 30.
Yeah.
I still do go into the oceans because of Jaws. I
don't blame you. It frightened me. I was for sure he was going to come up through the blue rug
for
in the
good
living
reason.
room because it looked like an ocean. It's going to come get me.
This movie, Jaws is right. Jaws is right not to go into the ocean. People go in. There's a recent video of a guy on a surfboard just like chilling, and it's on. It's on video, and he fucking gets bitten by a great white shark. This guy was interviewed on Limitless season 2 with Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah,
he got away. So, but that shit happens.
Why didn't they mention the dog? They don't even
how
mention
we
the dog.
From the institute to the
the dog, Lex. Where'd you take the dog?
Listen, I already said 30 minutes later, like 10
they didn't
minutes
even
ago.
mention the dog that he. But then Steven Spielberg said, "Oh no, the dog made it home safe." But that's not what you lead everyone to believe in the movie, that the dog got it. But there was no mention of the dog at all by the townsfolk.
I wonder.
I guess because it got overshadowed by the
really
fact that
what
a
he
child
said?
had just. Yes.
By the way,
yes, he did.
Fucking bullshit is what that is. Because you want to know what? In The Lost World, directed by Steven Spielberg, he fucking kills the dog with the T-Rex at the end, where it eats it from the doghouse, and it's got the chain hanging down.
That's right. Yeah, but he.
Wait, look what you just did.
I looked it up. Like, why didn't anybody talk about the dog? And like Steven Spielberg was like, oh well, here he made it home. No, I'm not buying that one.
I can't. What about Steven Spielberg has become like the things that he's done, and the things that he says like that. It's very disappointing.
His better movies were his older ones, in my opinion. I like how he makes conversations feel so natural in his earlier movies.
I have a question about Jaws, though. The kid that dies, the one that okay
on the raft,
Kittner boy.
Yeah, the Kittner boy. Thank you. Why does his mom look like she could be
so much older?
Yes,
she does.
People looked older back then.
People looked older back then.
Holy shit! Okay, yes, I understand that, but she looked like she could be his grandmother. Okay,
I agree, and I checked the age.
Mother.
It's legit. She was early 40s. So the kid is around 10. Let's presume that. Yeah, she has a mid 30s.
I'm almost 40. I'm gonna have my first. So
I noticed that she did look quite a bit older than she should.
Sure. Yeah.
To be his
so
mother.
What's the diabetes actor what was his name?
Wilford Brimley.
Yeah.
Wilford Brimley.
He said the
I am older now than Wilford Brimley was when he did Cocoon.
Yep.
So
Blaine just dropping hot takes.
Me
left
too.
and right. So on that note, Blaine, you would really like this show due to your Jaws take.
You
would love this show.
I think your friend
love this show.
Has your
I'm
friend
telling you, he's gonna see this and he's gonna give it like 100% on Criticless. He's the starter of Criticless. The review.
Blaine is great. You guys go sub to his channel if you
Oh,
haven't.
Blaine is
So sweet.
Yeah.
okay.
He's
Is that
on
Criticless?
Criticless.
Criticless Cast? Is that who that is?
That's his show he has with 2 other guys, and then they do a live stream, and then he's doing a gaming stream soon. But for that, I would also recommend everybody join Criticless because it's way better than Rotten Tomatoes, and you can review and see reviews from your peers. So Let me drop the
It
link
sounds
to
like
my
he
have
liked the
joined
book
Credit
better than the
Plus.
movie.
Well, the book's
I haven't
completely
read
different
the
than
book.
the movie.
Is the book any good?
Yeah,
The
never
book's
read
good, but it's different. You know how the Meg's books are completely different than the movies?
I never
Like,
read the Meg books.
Okay. So the Meg books are actually a little bit more serious
Those are
tone than the
books?
movies. Yeah, they're way more
Okay.
serious tone. They're actually very enjoyable. The movie is just the movie.
It's very similar to how the Jurassic Park books are much
okay.
different than the.
No, thank you for helping
Oh.
us derail it, Blaine.
There we
Thank
go. I
you.
got my Criticless hat
there you
too.
go.
Yeah,
Adorable.
Yeah.
Adorable.
But yeah, no, I highly and the merch is pretty cool too. I've got a couple t-shirts. So, but yeah, it's great because I like to go there and you can comment on other people's reviews. You can leave gifts and stuff like that. He knows. I've met Blaine I think twice now in person. We have 2 reviews for this show, by the way, both rad. Also, the Meg books are amazing. Read them as a kid. Movies are dumb. Yep. So
yeah, I didn't like the movies.
Yeah. So go join Criticlist if you're watching this on the replay. I'm on Criticlist, so you can follow me, though I'm lagging in my reviews. I need to get back on that. But yeah, go join them. It's fun. All right.
Same.
Blaine, we're going to talk about the show. So if you want to skedaddle, you can skedaddle. Or you can stick around. It's your call. But we're going to just basically be shitting on the show for the rest of the time.
Yeah,
so.
we are.
But,
Yeah.
but we'll probably have another detour in like 30 minutes for 30
Oh.
minutes. So just
Yeah.
To be
stay on.
honest, we've talked about Stackhouse's death, Avery's rebellion, Tim not being really in the episode. What is left to really 6B's escape? What's left to discuss about this episode?
The
Nothing
horrible
really.
ending and what the heck they're going to do
Oh,
about season 2.
the leader of the institute, the one scene we get where he
Oh,
like
yeah.
Oh, Jeff Fahey.
kids.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
the very end.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed
What
to be
was-
so chilled by the fact that he's a family man, but also runs this terrible. Okay,
Exactly.
whatever.
He
this
looked
is
like he was
something
dressed
we've
like a
seen
priest, by the
all
way.
the time.
Yep. I noticed that too, Kyle. I was like, what's going on? It's very like
It's supposed to be
something weird
shocking.
about it.
Oh my god. Oh.
Also,
He might be a
I thought it
priest
was-
and he's in contact with children. That's actually more alarming. Outside of the show.
I
Aside
didn't
from the
pick
show.
up on. I didn't pick up on.
Hey, I'm
him
Catholic.
looking like
Watch
a
yourself.
priest. Do you know there's a higher percentage with school teachers? By the way,
especially
yeah.
women teachers nowadays
with
too.
women.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
Teachers
school
are
system
banging
has
the
the
hell out of
women
their
and
kids
the
students these
Catholic
days.
priests is mostly men. So there you go. There's equality
Yay.
for you. Yeah.
Nah, man. It's just yeah. But anyway, other than that, what else is left to discuss of this mess of a season finale?
I mean, we can. Besides,
We could do the
speculating-
book,
Well,
yeah.
the-
Before, but
The whole big phone thing. Like I didn't
The-
get. I get what they were kind of doing, but where did I miss where they came up with the calling it the big phone?
So I will say this. No, you didn't miss anything.
Okay.
And having just read the book, it is in the book and it is kind of just as confusing until you finish the book and you're like, oh, I understand what they were talking about when they call it the big phone.
Okay.
So the big phone is just a big conference call telepathically. That's what
Okay.
they call the big phone.
Well,
Yeah.
they all start throwing it out around, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
did I miss
because
something
it's from the
Did I
book,
for-
but because
okay.
they like pulled things from the book when they wanted to and when they didn't want to, it doesn't make any sense. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right, I thought I missed something, but never mind.
no, you're not missing much, Corey. Not missing much. You're all good. I thought it was listen, DEI representation with the different groups of kids. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? We've got India, we've got England, we've got I think there was an Asian one too as well. It reminded me of there's a movie about Cabin in the Woods at the ending where they had like the different ghosts and different things, and I remember the Asian kids that like defeated their ghost in the movie at the end
Yes.
of it. Yeah. What a better. Could you talk about
Yeah.
how they ugged
Can
up
we watch
Wendy's
that?
actress? She's a smoke show in real life.
Oh, she is really pretty. Mm-hmm.
wait, who is
She
Ben
is
this?
really
Barnes
pretty.
too. Oh,
That
Wendy, who
Wendy.
plays Wendy.
The one who played Wendy.
Yeah, if you look up her on
Wait,
IMDb, she
the
does
cop.
not look like on the
Wait,
show
this
at
is
all.
the girl cop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's a smoke show.
I'm pulling.
Well,
her
she
up
looks
right
a
now.
lot
okay.
different. I'll just say that she looks
She's
a lot
okay.
different.
She's not.
I thought she's now.
Yeah.
She talk about mid. She's mid, but then
You
I'm
know
not
who
into
she reminded
girls.
me
So
of? She reminded me of that cop in the latest season of From. That's who she
oh,
reminded
I
me
never
of.
saw that.
I never saw that.
Oh,
So that
How
doesn't
about
even
now,
look
Sin?
like
I
the
mean, that's
same person.
airbrush.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't look like her.
Yeah,
That's
she definitely
very
doesn't look like
airbrush.
that. How young is she? Yeah, I wonder how.
Whoa.
No, she looked really hot in that other one.
What is this one from?
So
What movie
hot.
is that
Oh,
from?
Cabin of Curiosities. I've never finished
Oh,
that.
I haven't seen that.
I gotta finish that.
oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Mm. She's okay.
Is
Yeah,
it because
she's okay
she's
there.
they dyed her hair red in this? Is that why?
Maybe.
Did they?
It is red, right?
Maybe.
See, she's just okay there
Yeah.
too. I guess it
No,
depends
hair
on
color
how,
will have a
I mean,
major
if you
effect.
like
It
that
does.
blonde,
Yes.
I guess it depends
wimpy-
on lighting and the angle
Yeah.
of the shot and all of that.
Well, and then also,
I
I
agree.
think they,
Rita,
you know,
this
like
is the,
they pull it
the
back in
woman who
a.
played the female cop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have a little bit more of
Delaney
that
was
rum,
asking who this was.
Rachel.
I like my women a little more ethnic, personally.
I love how
Alright.
unabashedly upfront you are about it, Sin. It's just, she's mid.
Yeah,
You think
Yeah.
Margot Robbie's mid, Sin?
No, I think she's
Okay.
very
What
pretty.
about Sydney Sweeney?
I think she's okay.
Okay.
She's all right. I mean, you know, she's okay.
What? Okay, you get scale, 1 to 10.
For Sydney,
Yeah, sure.
That's not a fair. That's not fair. That's a huge age gap between the two of them.
between Margot
No,
and
no,
Sydney. It
Just-
just
I'm not-
depends. Like some
Yeah.
women I think are very beautiful, and other women I think are just but you know, some people think they're just fantastic.
It really depends on the role for Sydney Sweeney because she has played some Uggs in a few movies, man. She she didn't even register for me until Euphoria, and then I recently saw her. I mean, she was great on
Once Upon a
SNL,
Time.
and I recently saw her. There's a video going around. I don't know what she was doing this for, but she went to like the John Wick gun course or whatever.
Oh
and-
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, she was killing it. I was
Yeah,
like,
she was
okay,
good.
is it getting hot in here or what's going on?
She was really good in Eden, her latest
Oh,
movie.
okay.
And
But
I,
she has brown hair in that, so there's an example. She
I didn't
looks
even
more attractive as a
recognize-
blonde.
I didn't recognize her at first. I didn't recognize that was her at first. I had just seen her
Yeah.
in Americana where she was
What's
blonde.
up, Justin?
So,
Oh, did we get...
yeah, hair color definitely makes a difference.
The first time I
Mhm.
saw her was as one of the mental patients in Sharp Objects, and I didn't even recognize
Oh,
that's
I
who that was.
never saw that.
Blade Runner is the biggest mid lie
The
ever.
best
but I'm
movie-
glad.
oh, yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah,
that you
it's
are.
okay.
You're taking charge of it. That he's covering it over on his channel tomorrow. Which, by the way, I don't understand, and maybe somebody can explain this to me. Why does a movie need so many different versions
doesn't.
and cuts of it?
It doesn't.
And they're like, no, the final cut. The no, the theatric cut. No, the Japanese theatric cut. I'm like, come on, folks.
Well, Nadia,
Movie
there are a
just
lot
needs
of
one cut.
politics within Hollywood, and
Runner for life.
it goes through a lot of filters, and things just don't come out as good as they could. And you have
Like the
Ridley
Snyder
Scott
Cut.
and other
That sounds like
filmmakers that are trying to
excuses.
right the wrongs and make things better, and that's happened more times than if you tally up and really talk about a whole host of examples where this does occur. It's happened a lot more than we realize.
And there
Okay.
is us off
This
on a
movie
tangent
has-
again.
Again.
This movie
No, but I think
has
it
been
feels
out
natural.
for
I
so
think.
many years. This movie's been out for so many years, and the new other cut didn't come out. I think somebody said 25 years after the movie was made.
Yeah, I don't
What
know
happened-
about all those cuts. I haven't.
That's
it just-
another
know which
By the
ones
way,
I've seen.
I think Blade Runner is very overrated. I think it's a beautiful movie. I think it looks gorgeous, but I think I just like it's a snooze fest for me. Granted,
It's
I saw it
overrated.
first
overrated.
when I was very sick with COVID, so I'm willing to give it another shot. I'm willing to give it another chance, but I have a feeling I'm going to have the same opinion.
Did you like the
about it.
sequel at all or no?
I haven't watched the sequel, but everybody's like, the sequel's worse than the I'm like, I'll
I
probably
don't
like
think
it
that's
better.
Bullshit.
People thought it was really
Blade
good.
Runner
Yeah,
2049
I
is a
thought the sequel was
masterpiece.
Really
Really?
good.
Is it better
actually.
than the original?
Oh,
In some,
I
in a
would
lot of ways
say,
it is,
yeah, the way that you phrase it, Toxic, I would say that, yeah, yes.
Look at we're not even talking about the Institute. We're talking about Blade Runner,
know,
which Nia's
that-
I
covering
said
on
that
his
a minute-
channel.
I
There
said
we
that
go.
a minute
Tomorrow.
ago. I said, look at us on off on another
did
tangent.
I not call it?
I bet I would like 2049. I bought the special DVD, Blu-ray, whatever that has both of them. Like I have both caught like on them. So I'll.
So
Corey's awfully quiet about Blade Runner here.
Again, it's
Well,
one of those.
I haven't seen. I haven't
I
seen.
knew it. I fucking knew
No.
you were gonna
No.
say
The
that.
hold on. I haven't seen 2049. I've seen the first
That's
one.
what I
I've seen
mean.
multiple
That's-
cuts.
yeah.
Okay, but I'm just.
So
Okay,
gotta
which is
see
better,
it,
the
dude.
final cut, the
You
theatric
gotta
cut,
see
the
it.
Japanese cut,
I own it.
the
It's
Middle
back here,
Eastern
but-
cut?
I
Which
know
cut
you
of
own it. You
Blade
own
Runner
everything.
is better.
You
No.
haven't seen.
Okay, so
I saw
By
two
the way-
of the movies back there.
By the
You
way,
only
this is-
own movies that you haven't seen.
That's correct.
There you go.
That is not correct.
This is really small, but my friend Vex did this for me. Blade Runner as if it was written by me.
Who was that?
That's my son calling me.
Nice.
I'm gonna.
So this is the Blade
Call him
Runner
back.
I think that should exist.
Wait, what?
My friend Vex, we were discussing Blade Runner. So I'm like, don't fall for the Blade Runner propaganda. This movie is not as good as everybody makes it out to be. And she said, she put this together. This is weapons, but we put a scream.
I see that, but I don't get it.
Because it's Blade Runner. Because
running with a
and
blade.
he's running.
Somebody running.
Oh,
with
I
a
didn't
blade.
see what he
Blade
was
Runner
holding. Oh, okay. I
Oh,
didn't
you
see.
didn't see the blade.
It's got the knife
No,
has
he's
got to be
running
more
Naruto
pronounced. It's
style.
blending in with the street.
Okay.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
But I don't.
In my humble opinion.
No, it's
My
pretty
husband's
annoying.
right about this though. It can't be true because Jared Leto is movie poisoning, just like how Alan Tudyk is movie bacon.
No.
Jared Leto is movie poison.
That's true. He's not terrible in Blade Runner 2049, Jared Leto. In general, he's just an annoying fucking person. It's okay, all right? However, the original casting of his role should have been that actor, and it was David Bowie. It was going to be David Bowie. He would have knocked it out of the park. He would have elevated that movie even higher than it already is.
Was he still alive?
No, he passed before they started
passed.
filming. And think about I was so impressed by his performance in The Prestige as Nikola Tesla. He should have gotten an Oscar nomination for that little role that he did. He's fantastic. He disappears. You have no idea that is David Bowie. It's not just the way he looks, it's his demeanor, his cadence, the patience in which he delivers the lines, etc. And he's only in like 2 scenes. It's a fantastic. And to think what he would have done with that role that Jared Leto hijacked.
See, now I'm more excited to go see 2049 than I was of Blade Runner.
Yeah, you should go
Yeah.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah. I will watch both again. I will watch both back to I'll do something to watch it. But I'm telling you, the first one, again, I can appreciate what it is. It's a very beautiful movie. And most people will talk about the aesthetics of it more so than the story. That's all I can hear people talk about. When they talk about Blade Runner the first, they don't initially talk about the story or like different theories of it. They go, oh man, it's such a beautiful movie. It looks so great. Okay, that's great. What else?
It does have ideas in it that are interesting, but
I don't think
it's almost as if
very
Blade
well.
Runner 2049 was so good that it made the first film a companion piece.
I'd rather watch Morbius.
I still haven't seen that.
You're not missing much.
It's not great.
You're not missing much at all. Anyway, I'm sorry to derail this, but I have been in Blade Runner hell for the last few days in chats, just watching the people talk back and forth. It is. You know what? I'm just an honest reviewer. I don't believe in the Blade Runner propaganda. Yeah, Gary would be really disappointed if he was listening to me right now about this, just as much as Corey is probably.
Which Corey?
You.
Okay. Well, I always get thrown.
Is there another Corey here?
Every time in the chat, you yell out a Corey. That's not me.
Oh, was there another Corey in the chat?
Cajun
Maybe it's
Corey?
always you.
Yeah, there's Cajun Corey.
Cajun
Okay.
Corey.
Every time I'm in your streams, I hear, "Hey, Corey," and I'm like, "I'm right here," and then I see Cajun Corey in there.
Corey, did you like Blade Runner? And which version?
Mm-hmm.
The final cut, the final whatever they call that one. I would probably go with that one, but
With the unicorn reverie.
there you go.
But here's the thing. I shouldn't have to ask somebody which version you like. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me to have this many. Anyway, we're derailing. I'm so sorry. Let's get back on the topic of the Institute. I guess let's do book versus show, and then we'll get to final thoughts. How about that? All right, Toxic.
Okay. So here we go. Are you able to downsize that chat or no?
Yeah,
because it covers up some of it. Yeah, we go.
So the location of the Institute in the show, as previously discussed, is in the same state where our protagonist Tim is a night knocker. So this is a huge plot point that they changed, and I think most of us liked it, but for the uninitiated, in the book, Tim lands after he's bounced around for a little bit after his issue with his job, and we'll get to that later, what that changes as well. But he lands in South Carolina, Dupre. Whereas, and in order for Luke to get to him, once he escapes the Institute, he goes on this kind of pilgrimage on, hopping trains and things of that nature, and has some adventures there. And then, links up with Tim. And in that way, it's almost like preordained. The book sort of hints at the fact that it's not explicitly stated, and it's definitely open interpretation, that Tim wound up where he wound up, and Luke winds up where he winds up, as a form of predetermined type thing. This is in the world of Stephen King. There's this thing called Ka, or fate, or destiny, and it's sort of alluded to that's how that happens. So they changed that obviously in the show by having Tim just go straight to Maine. Outside of it, I think a lot of us agreed that although it is compelling in the book, for those of us who have read the book, that it's a lot easier to kind of swallow that Tim would get involved more if he was in the same town as where the Institute happened. At least I thought that was okay to change for the show, in my opinion.
I agree. It makes sense, unless they were going to stretch this. And besides, we didn't know a season 2 was going to happen, and they have to. That's something that I'm not against them editing and changing for the show.
Sure. Mm-hmm. For the sake of, sometimes you got to kill your darlings. So as indicated in the last slide of trivia, Tim's backstory in the book is a lot less traumatic, ironically, because usually it's the other way around. But in the book, Tim, it's the same setup. He's getting ready for a wedding. He's in uniform. He has his weapon on him. He's in some sort of mall, outdoor, indoor. It's not really explicitly stated. And some kids are arguing over what turns out to be a toy gun, and he cracks off a round in the air, which is a no-go. And there's no law enforcement that allows for warning shots, but he does it anyway. And someone, a passerby who was being a looky-loo on his phone, accidentally gets hit with some debris, and it doesn't die. Nothing bad happens, but it just winds up, being one of those things that you can get fired for cause for, and gets let go. And they give him the option to resign because he was, as indicated in both the show and the book, he was pretty much a super cop. So whereas in the show, he actually has to unalive a kid who did in fact have a real weapon. This also kind of works for me. I feel like, I'm okay with this change as far as that goes. I thought that was a little weird in the book. I thought that was kind of watered down and lame. Maybe I'm in the minority in that, but I like the TV version of that. But I think this is about to be the last of the things I'm okay with the changes. So Maureen, the housekeeper that helps the kids out, she does not get killed the way that she gets killed in the TV show. Rather, out of shame of some of the things that she does, she self-deletes her. She unalives herself. Also, there's a huge, it's sort of hinted at in the show, but in the book, the peel, the in that Luke has with her is helping her develop strategies to deal with debt collectors and things of that nature. That's really kind of glossed over in the TV show, whereas it's a real pivotal thing for him to kind of humanize himself to her. And then that's how he kind of gets his claws into her, no pun intended. In the Miss Sigsby gets killed by her own security, Stackhouse, in a thing of friendly fire. So there's a big shootout that occurs in the book, and in all the confusion, Stackhouse accidentally pops Sigsby. So as opposed to the show, where not only does she live, but she lives where Stackhouse doesn't. And she goes off to other adventures. I guess we're going to follow that along in the next season. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, she's definitively dead by the end in the book. If you want to pull up the next one.
Part two.
Part two. This is a little less egregious, but the book utilizes a lot less technology. The Institute doesn't have as much infrastructure and resources as they seem to in the show. They have a lot less technology. They have a lot less personnel. That's actually a big point in the book, that, you know, they don't have as much security services as they need to maintain this. In the book, the kids, not Luke, that survive are reunited with family. Luke winds up staying with Tim, which is sort of the same thing in the show, but in a different way. The novel concludes with this institute, which gets, you know, wrapped up pretty neatly. And the show, as we all know, has hinted at many, many other institutes and leaves us on a cliffhanger that they're going to go get in some more adventures. So I don't like that either. Sigsbee's more monotone and reined in the novel and not as eccentric. So in the book, Sigsbee is scary and she is dangerous, but more in an antiseptic clinical sort of way. Whereas this version of her in the show, she's doing all that wild shit, you know, woohoo, let's have a party for you, going to the back house and all this, and having weird sex with the doctor in the closet and burning herself and eating weird shit and, you know, stuff like that. Whereas she's more of a Nurse Ratched type character in the book. So the Lisp man, the guy, the big bad guy, he dies in the book. He doesn't live on to go play with his children in some disturbing reveal with that. And those are, I mean, we've talked about some as they've come along during the show, but that's about it really, as far as major changes, unless I missed some. I mean, I think I did. Well, I know I mentioned that the female cop was basically considered not incompetent, but basically just a glorified desk clerk. So she doesn't have as much like action scenes and does as much. She's not, I mean, not that she really girl bosses it up in the show either, but she definitely defers to Tim. But it's definitely more of a, you know, the love interest thing happens a lot slower, and over time he has to kind of win her over and things like that. So I think that's about it for the major changes. I know a couple of you guys have read the book. Did I miss something major that needs to be brought up?
I don't think so.
It's more so the last part. I want to double check again. I think in the epilogue, the Lisp man actually goes to their house and confronts Luke. He doesn't die.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure, because that was like the whole big reveal. He's the one who, because they talk about him in the very beginning of the book, and you don't hear about him at all until the very end of the book, where he goes to the farm and confronts Tim and Wendy and all the kids and everything like that. And Annie's still alive and all that different stuff. So he doesn't die. He's the one who confronts Luke.
I must have missed that. All right. That's my bad on that one. Sorry.
But otherwise, everything else you said is correct.
Fact checking is always important when dealing with things of this nature, and I'm not infallible. So there you go.
All right, let's go around. Final thoughts. Rachel, first.
My goodness. Like I said before, I'm petrified as to what the writing is going to be for the second season. I'm excited to see what the writing is going to be for the second season. They did not do any justice to this book. Anyone watching, if you're rewatching on replay, please go read the book. It is absolutely wonderful. It is spellbinding. It is mind-bending. It will take you to different places like it did with me. I actually, when I was done working in the middle of the day, I went and grabbed my little iPad and I started reading it because I really wanted to finish the book. I was that enthralled with it. The TV show does not do this any justice. The acting was horrible. The storyline, the things they took out, the things they put in was just didn't make any sense whatsoever. So I mean, I'm gonna see if my brother's going to watch this, because he's like, I call him a normie, and I want to see what he thinks. That's it.
Okay.
I want to see what he thinks. Yeah.
Corey?
I know I was kind of one of the defender-ish of this show for pretty much the whole season. I'll say overall, I did enjoy it until this last one. I felt like I said, I think right at the beginning, where I knew the acting wasn't the strongest throughout it, but I felt this one showed it the most out of all the episodes. And there was a lot of those situations where I don't know, just these very dramatic situations, or should have been, that they just kind of came off really flat and not a lot of emotion to them. So this one was, it was a big letdown for me for what I did enjoy of the first 7 episodes. This one was a big letdown. But that being said, and I said this earlier, I still will be listening to the audiobook. I want to check it out and see the differences, and just hearing from pretty much everybody that I've heard that has read the book liked it more. So
yeah, you should.
And if I liked it, kind of enough throughout this season, I definitely want to check that out. So I will be doing that for sure.
Very cool. Toxic?
I mean, this isn't the worst adaptation of all the bad adaptations, but it's up there. And the ones that are a little bit more egregious, I mean, at least they had some charm to them. Tommyknockers at least had, Jimmy Smits and some charm to it. And that's maybe that might be the worst one. But even Langoliers, which was horrible graphics and horrible, at least they kind of stuck to the book, and that was good for that. But yeah, this is just really bad, and it's worse yet. I don't know if I would be more mad at it or less mad at it if it was a book that I actually liked more, because I do like the book, but it's not high that up there. One of the big differences too, I guess I didn't mention this. I mean, I did say it in earlier streams, but the book is very political. There's a lot of TDS stuff thrown in it. I did say that on a previous stream, but for this purposes, I didn't. So, I mean, in that way, at least that's superior, because that pulls you right. You're in the middle of reading it, and that happens, and you're just like, all you're doing is hearing Stephen King on a soapbox. So you just, and he does that with a lot of every book that he's written past 2015 has a good portion of that in it. Everything. And he's got some banger books. Billy Summers, Holly, he's got some really good books, but they're ruined because he cannot help himself, and his
brain is broken.
Yeah, he has TDS. Yeah. I mean, I've never seen anything like that as far as like writers, and it's really disappointing with one of my favorite writers that I grew up with. But then again, what can you do? But yeah, that's a big change. And I'm glad it's not in it. But other than that, I mean, really the only saving grace this show has is the guy that plays Tim. That's it. I'd like to see Ben Barnes. I'd like to see him do more stuff as far as that goes. But I mean, everybody else, all these Nepo babies and shit like that. Like, I heard some reviewers say Luke, the Nepo Luke did a great job. I don't know what fucking show he was watching. So yeah, I don't want to see any more of these kids ever again, ever. Well, no, the older kid, the tough and rumble kid, he was a pretty good actor. I've never seen him in anything else, so he's pretty good. So, and if you're gonna have a show based with like kids are the main focus of it, you can't have a bunch of shitty kid actors.
Some good ones.
Good actors.
Yeah. So yeah, this was horrible. I mean, but I'm glad we got to experience it and suffer together. It's kind of like when you go to boot camp and make friends, and he's like, man, it sucked that time they made us do 100 push-ups in the heat and in all that dust. Yeah, that sucked. All right, cool. And you can kind of reminisce with it. At least I got to suffer with some friends, so at least there's that. But for the people who just watch it normally, I pity you. I pity you.
Sin.
I have absolutely no plans to watch season 2. So that's not happening for me. It's already hard enough to commit to a series, let alone a series that is as, I didn't outright despise it. I've seen much worse, Fubar season 1 and 2, but I have no desire to return to the story. As much as I love hanging with y'all, I really have no desire.
Yeah. So. Kyle?
What? I didn't hear
what?
You. What'd you say?
No desire.
No desire to see it at all.
Yeah.
Nope.
This show has shown me how our culture is regressing back to the reputation that it used to have, wherein TV was regarded as lesser than cinema. This is the first show that I have watched where it's made me think that is the case.
Watch Fubar season 1 and 2.
I watched
You'll
the
add
first
that one.
episode and I left. Okay. So, but when we're in this situation where I actually went through an entire show I didn't want to, in terms of wouldn't have ordinarily, right? Aside from this commitment here. There are editing moments that are just ridiculous. There are cheap trail effects that I used to do on my Hi8 camcorder. If you know what I'm talking about, when Luke has a telepathic connection to Avery, and it's this kind of like trail effect. He's disorientated. It's the cheapest effect in editing you can have. You know, there are moments where, like, Luke, the terrible writing in terms of Luke is asked how he knows, I think by Tim, how does he know, or why does he, how does he know that Stackhouse is going to kill everyone at the Institute? And his line back to him is, I just do. And why does Stackhouse want Luke back? He's not that powerful of a person, of a child. Okay? So, and it's amazing how the show makes telepathic superpowers and telekinesis come off as boring. I grew up watching X-Men, which made me want to be able to do that. I remember being in middle school and I would play with, you know, schoolmates, and we would pretend, you know, you got those powers, yada, yada, yada. This is unbelievable how this show was able to, it was managed to make it tedious and not fun at all. The kid who plays Avery, I sure hope he's a Nepo child, because that would be the only explanation as to why he's on this show.
I thought he's a YouTuber, isn't he? Started off his career on YouTube, and
did we talk
he's
about that before?
He was streaming, and then
Well, that's giving us YouTubers a bad name. So his acting, he is the child actors. He is the Neil Breen of child acting. If you know who that is. Yeah. In a dramatic moment, he's just, Luke, I can't go with you.
Yeah.
I'm staying here. Go.
Thank you for being my friend. I love having friends.
Thank you.
Yeah. So bad.
This is the standard of child actors now. Yeah, we need a course correction. We need a reset. The people who greenlit this show for a season 2, wow.
Maybe they didn't watch
They have no artistic integrity.
Maybe they didn't watch it.
And Jack Bender, who came from Lost, should rethink his career, his agent, his choices. It's an embarrassment that he was involved in this show.
Jack needs a vacation, man.
One thing I'll add, not to keep it going, but when you were talking about the book being a lot more graphic, maybe, or violent, or I was really disappointed also, I forgot to say this, in the final episode, I was waiting for Avery, with how powerful he's being set up to be, I was waiting for him to go all, like in Looper.
Yeah.
Becoming like the Rainmaker, you know, where he's just killing everybody, kind of like goes
heads popping, everything kind of deal.
I was waiting for him to go like that route, and so I think that was another thing I was disappointed with. But anyway,
they didn't have enough staff. They say they're fully staffed, but yet we only see like four people at most for staff. Before I give my final thoughts, Megan has a last question. If you could only save one kid in the Institute, who would you save?
Nick.
None of them.
The one kid,
my favorite.
The rough and tumble kid. The rough and
Nick.
tumble.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking.
Yep, me too.
I don't remember, what is his name?
Nick.
Nick.
I would save Nick.
Yeah, agreed. And I would say the only positive thing of the very few, you know, Nick is one positive, but the consistent thing in the show that is a good attribute is Prince Caspian.
Ben Barnes. I knew you were going to say that.
And that's
Well,
all I got.
I feel pretty much the same as all of you on this. I'm very grateful to my panel for sticking it out for these many episodes of this awful show. I would never recommend this show to anyone. I will, like you said, I will not be tuning in to season 2 unless by chance word of mouth it's said that it's amazing. I don't know anybody in their right mind who can praise this show to being so like good. It especially if you've read the book. Especially if you've read the book. Not even that. Take the book out. Just say this was original content that MGM made. The story doesn't make sense. The acting's horrible except for a couple key players, and they're not really in it as much. The editing's bad. The cinematography's bad. All around. There's no maturity to the show that I would have liked. So that being said, we will not be coming back for season 2. I apologize for everybody if you thought we were. I think the next show I'll probably be covering will be Welcome to Derry. But in between, I'm thinking about maybe covering Cabinet of Curiosities, Del Toro's one. Doing a rewatch on that. We'll see. With that out of the way, Rachel, what do you got going on next?
Oh, let's see here. Okay. So I had my first live stream, and it was really fun. I was scared out of my mind.
I missed it.
I missed it too. When did you have it?
It was Sunday at 2:30.
I was still at Dragon Con. I would have tuned
that's
in.
okay.
Share your links out in the chats, please.
Yeah, Rachel.
Rachel,
do it.
I'm subbed to you, but I didn't.
Let us
were having
love
a
you,
live stream.
Rachel. Let us give you the love that you deserve.
Dang,
So I tried to do that thing, and then a Twitter X thing was like, "Oh, you have to have a blue check mark in order to have the YouTube
to
thing
live
from
stream.
StreamYard do the thing."
Yeah.
So I had already clicked go, and then I couldn't. So I'll figure all that for next time. And so my next one is going to be September 14th, and I'm going to be watching Nashville, which is also from 19. I have a whole 1975 thing I'm finishing because it's 50 years. So September 14th is my next stream. Yeah, that I know of, unless I'm invited somewhere else. But yeah, are you going to be at Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Be at
okay.
Universal that day. It's okay.
That'd be so much fun, though. That's okay.
Corey, what do you got going on next? Thank you, Rick, for dropping links.
Oh, thanks, Rick.
Oh, thank you, Rick. Yeah.
Yeah, he's always good at that. Tomorrow I have my lunch stream, my lunch break cinema, where I just kind of hang out and go over some movies I'm watching, what I've gotten in. That'll be 1 p.m. Central Time. And then that night, there'll be a familiar face on here if she decides to still show up. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus, Corey.
Oh, come on. I hadn't done it the whole stream. I got to throw like one in
He's
there.
been good the whole stream.
I got to
He doesn't feel complete unless he does it.
No, but
Nadia, he's not sure if you're going to invite him back.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you want to come back, Corey.
Yeah, exactly. Depends on the series that you're going to be talking about. But no, then tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central, I'm going to have a great panel on to talk about creature feature movies. Both, it could be real life animals, it could be out of the, or not real life animals, out of this world type of things. Yeah. So so it's gonna be myself. We got Sin is gonna be joining me on there. We have Anthony and we have Ashley, Zombie Girl. So we're gonna be hanging all out again and
she's so enthusiastic about movies.
I know, that's what's fun. Well, I think you all are. So it's fun to get groups of people like that together.
It's just hers is infectious. She's like, I love this.
Not like with Blade Runner. This is awful.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she's not too afraid to say if it sucks either, or she thinks it sucks either. That's fun. So that's what I got going on tomorrow.
Sin? Oh, sorry, Toxic.
You
sorry.
skipped. Yeah.
I know.
He's hidden
Sorry,
by
Toxic.
the comments.
Besides your show tomorrow for Stranger Things, excited about that episode. I will be doing on Saturday in honor of the 40 years since 1985. One of the greatest years, smack dab in the middle of the 80s, 1985, the top 5 of 85. I'm going to let my entire panel, and I've got quite an impressive panel on there. Outcast Creative is going to stop by. Mr. Inside Man himself will be on there. Northern English Bastard. Most of my usual suspects. Critter, King House will be on there. Quite a, and of course you guys are all invited. It'll be 3 p.m. on Saturday. That's Central Time. and we will be doing a live stream, just basically giving our takes on the best of 85 and see if we can come up with a good solid top 5 from that wonderful year in cinema.
Very cool. Sin?
So I just put up a review for Caught Stealing today. Recommend
Great
that
movie.
movie. Enjoyed the heck out of it. Yes. And tomorrow I'll be live streaming with Corey. Tuesday I'll be live streaming with you, Nadia, about The Conjuring, which I saw today. Going to try to get a review for that up on the weekend. And then Wednesday I'm live streaming, co-live streaming with Sound Blue Theater. We're going to be covering 4 movies, 12 Monkeys, which I've never seen. What We Do in the Darkness, Fern Gully, and Sleepy Hollow.
Fern Gully.
Well, if you've seen Avatar, you've already seen Fern Gully.
I know. I'm not really looking forward to Fern Gully. I call Avatar
No.
Dances with Smurfs, but I've heard people compare it.
Avatar's shit, Sin. Avatar,
I don't like Avatar.
I don't either. I think Avatar, Fern Gully did it better. And first, well, not
I've heard it
first,
compared
did
to
it better.
Fern Gully, but
Glad to hear.
Yeah, I feel like James Cameron's last great film was True Lies.
Oh.
Agreed.
You don't like
this
Titanic?
stuff's no, I hate Titanic so
You don't
much.
like
I don't know why
Titanic?
he's
Oh,
wasting
okay.
his life
Hate
with this stupid
Avatar.
series.
I
Yep,
know.
spot on. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. He's wasting his talent and
Well,
time
it's bringing in the
on
money.
fucking Avatar.
People are gobbling
It's
it
so
up.
weird.
Money.
It's like
Yep.
it's like watching a bunch of pretty screensavers. If you put a gun to my head, I couldn't tell you. I went to the movies for both.
Thank you, Rick,
and
by the way.
I couldn't if you put a gun to my head, I could not tell you what either one was about. I have no desire. I mean, I'll probably watch it just because I have to review it or something. But yeah, it makes you appreciate Quentin Tarantino saying, I'm gonna quit at 10 movies because I don't trust myself to not grow old and start, cannibalizing my stuff like these other directors do.
Yeah,
It's
I
like they
refuse
get-
to watch the second movie.
A good director has a shelf
Was it
life.
Way of Water
Yeah.
or something. 3
Yeah.
hours. I'm not wasting 3 hours.
I walked
would
out.
rather watch the Snyder cut of Justice League
Oh
again.
my gosh!
Before I
love the
watch
Snyder Cut.
Avatar.
I got a
Season
refund
2.
from the theater. I walked out of Way of Water and I asked, "Can I have a refund? This isn't good."
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
People
is
need
not
to start
worth my
doing
money.
that more. I don't know why people don't do that more. They feel like
I've
they
done
say
it
no.
once. I've done it
Yeah.
once in my life. They did let me just hop over to another movie, which was The Covenant, by the way.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, that was a good switch. Then for you,
It was an
that's
Indian language movie that I walked out of. It was absolutely terrible. And I knew that there was another hour and a half plus to go. I would rather rewatch The Covenant with my son, so they let me just.
I'm telling you.
It's so crazy. We
I
talk about
saw
the Covenant like it was a long time ago, but that's literally the first
4 years ago.
video that's the first YouTube video I ever did was
Oh
a
wow,
review of the Covenant.
it's so good. It made my top 10 for the year.
That's
I
good.
really love that movie.
I
Very
wanted
good.
to walk out of the Wolfman, even though I was seeing it for free for one of those review companies.
Yeah.
That movie is a piece
I
of
like
shit.
Wolfman
Kyle,
more than Institute. Mm.
that's a
Oh,
low
yeah,
bar
that's
that they're
a
tripping
good
over.
Nadia question.
Have you guys ever snuck into a movie and then it sucks and you snuck in but you go and ask for your money back and get it or get a free pass or something for a movie that you didn't pay for in the first place?
Nah,
so I'm
maybe-
the only criminal. Okay, whatever, you bunch of saints.
Can't do that with a science. Anyway, Kyle, what do you got going on next? What's going on?
So
Yes,
next
David
Friday,
David.
September 12th, I'm going to be doing a live stream on a franchise, and I'll be announcing it the beginning of next weekend, and the guests as well. So keeping it a mystery right now, but come to my channel, get involved, and then you'll find out.
Sneaky. For this channel itself, tomorrow we're back for Stranger Things season 4, episode 4, Dear Billy, which is a very important episode for the season. So I'm very excited to get into that. Next week, I will actually be on Leon's channel for Tinfoil Haters. We're actually going to talk about Ed and Lorraine Warren and how much of a fake they are, which will lead into my stream, which we're going to talk about The Conjuring Last Rites. We'll talk about the franchise overall, but we're going to focus on a review because I will be seeing that in 4DX this weekend. And then next Thursday, I don't know what I'll be doing this time since we're over with this. I've been thinking about maybe covering another show before Welcome to Derry, or I might just play a little bit more Alien Isolation during that time and scream my head off. Friday, back to Stranger Things. And then the week of the 15th through the 19th, no shows because I'll be traveling. end of this month on the 24th, we will be doing an alien tier stream where I've been forced to watch a bunch of gray alien movies, which if you want to watch how I experience those, please go watch my watch party of No One Will Save You, as I've screamed probably and blew out people's ears several times.
My girlfriend
several
thought you
times
were
during that movie.
hilarious, by the way. She said you made the movie so much better with your because we had you on my phone.
So good with Nadia.
We had you on my phone and we watched the movie simultaneously on the big screen. And because there's no, it's a great one for that because there's no dialogue, and she was just laughing at you being silly through the whole thing.
Yeah, that's so weird that there's only one really line of dialogue that entire movie. It's very well done, except for the ending. The ending, I feel like could have been cut short.
I love
at a
the
certain
ending.
point, but we'll get to. We could talk. Anyway, I'm trying to fit in a watch party for was it Fast of Night or something? What is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one where the radio people hear something?
Yes.
And, okay.
Yeah. So I'm
I did
trying
a
to
reaction
get that
to
in
that
before.
years ago.
Megan, I am going to be reviewing Midnight Mass. That is going to happen, but however, that will have to wait to the beginning of 2026. Stranger Things takes up a lot of time, and it is a pivotal show of my channel. So what I'm going to do is once we're thank you. Staple show of my channel. So once we are done with Stranger Things, we're going to go into Midnight Mass. We're going to do a whole Flanagan review, but because I really want to take the time to break down the episodes because of how deep they all are on it. So that is coming. It's just Stranger Things got to end first. Yeah, that's about it on this. Please go follow everybody on the panel, please.
Thanks, Rick, for putting the links in there in the chat.
Thank
you, Rick.
You're the MVP,
I've made
Rick.
them suffer, so please go follow all of them.
Cheers, Rick.
I will see. Vast Night is a good one. Okay, great. I'm going to be screaming anyway. If it's got a gray alien in it, I'm screaming anyway. All right, have a good night, everybody. As always, stay spooky, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.